Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego with Karina, who is actually at work. Karina sits right here on this chair, but she is at work, and I got my hats falling off. I hope everybody's doing well. Here's a surprise live stream for everybody. It's September 26th, 2024, and the time, I don't know what time it is. It's around 11:43 Central Time, close to lunchtime. So hopefully you guys are getting planning a great lunch wherever it is you are in the United States and around the world. Now, I don't give you any legal advice, I'm not an immigration attorney, and I don't work for USCIS. I don't work for those companies that charge an arm and a leg just to fill out paperwork for an easy, simple green card application or K-1 visa or a spousal visa. The process is easy, guys. I don't know why you guys spending all this money on immigration attorneys. You don't need to do that. Just use that money for your wedding or for your more trips to go see your beneficiary. You know, $4,000 is a lot of money, guys, for one to fill out paperwork. You can do it yourself. And Chris and Emma is online first on the live stream. Yay, surprise live stream. That's right, guys. It's a surprise live stream. Karina's at work. I said I would do a surprise live stream and give you more free information, answer all your questions. I want to help you get reunited with your families. I got my Colombia hat on. So actually, my landlord gave me this as a gift because I rented an apartment from him in Bogota, Colombia with Karina for 2.5 years. Chris and Emma, it says 8 views. It says 8 people watching. 8 people need my help today. Good afternoon. A real quick question from Christopher Reese. Come on, Christopher. What's the question? I'm here. That's why I opened up the live stream to answer your questions. So you don't have to call anybody and pay $400 for a 10-minute phone call. I can answer your question right here for total free. Okay? It's absolutely free. I do ask the potential. What is Christopher? Come on. Ask me again so I can understand the question. Uno Mikey, my wife just finished her medical exam. She got 3 medical shots. Very good. Get it all done in Colombia. Right. It's in Bogota, Colombia, right? It wasn't very expensive to get the extra 3 shots that she was missing. It was cheap. It's much cheaper to get it done in Colombia than it is to do it in America. Hi, Jolly. Hey, Diego. Hope all is well. We are good. Krina's at work. She's working. So I'm by myself. I did some work around the house, but now I'm doing a live stream for you guys. Christopher, what's the question? Come on, Christopher Reese. Give me the question. Easy E. Good afternoon, Diego. What a surprise live stream. Yeah, I just jumped on here. I knew you guys wanted to chat with me. It's all good, right? Come on, hang out, chat. Learn a little bit more about the process. And hopefully today you get more information and you learn more how to do this. There's somebody trying to get an I-94. They keep emailing me in YouTube trying to get an I-94. It's not hard to get an I-94. You go online and print it. Go online to the Border Patrol website and get it. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to get the I-94. Let me see. Jim Ganesh. Hi, Diego. Hope all is well. I got my problem fixed with the payment for the adjustment of status work. Okay, I followed what you told me. They scheduled biometrics. Jim Ganesh, you listened to me, right? You followed the advice, and we saved you from a big headache. Now you got your biometric schedule. That's good news. Well, very good. Remember, the secret to getting your adjustment of status paperwork moving quickly, starting off, is don't use your freaking credit card. Don't use your credit card to pay for your green card application or your K-1 visa. Write a check. Write a personal check or a cashier's check. That's how you do it. It's quick. Your credit card company is kept out of the loop so they don't block your transaction. Credit card companies are blocking transactions. They don't know what a $1,440 charges from USCIS. They're like, what is that? And they block it to protect you. But what they're doing is they're slowing down your green card process. Just write a check and get it over with. And forget about those brownie points that you get on your credit card. Don't worry about the brownie points. Just get that payment done. Good job, Jim Ganesh. Very good. Adriano Moro. Diego, next week I will travel to Dakar. Very good. Dakar in Senegal. Now remember, when you go to Senegal, keep your boarding passes. Take pictures with your cell phone because the boarding passes can fade over time. So you want to take a picture of them right away, get them printed up because you can use those for evidence of being in Dakar in Senegal. Evidence, evidence, evidence is very important. You have lots of evidence for your green card application and your K1 visa, guys. April Flower, hi Diego. Our application moved from immigration visa application to non-immigrant application. What does that mean? Do you think we'll get the visa soon? Well, when you're in your foreign country, when you go to the embassy for the interview, it's a non-immigrant visa application. Okay? But when you get to the United States of America, it becomes an immigrant application for a green card. It's a little complicated, but let me try to make it easy for you to understand. When you apply for the K1 visa, you're applying for a non-immigrant visa, a temporary non-immigrant visa. That's why your income only has to be 100% of the federal guidelines. Well, I recommend higher, but that's what they say. 100%, because it's a non-immigrant visa application. When you get to the United States, you apply for the green card, it becomes an immigrant green card application, and then the income rises from 100% to 125%. That's right. So that's the easiest way I can explain it. You will get your visa soon, April Flower, and let's put some pixie dust all over that K1 visa application. There you go. Now I put the pixie dust on it. You're going to get the K1 visa quick, right? It always works. It works every time. Ask Francois Livingston. When she comes back from the Middle East, ask her about my pixie dust. Jin Ganesh, thank you for your help. Jin Ganesh, that's why I'm here, to help you, to get you reunited with your family members. I don't want to see you guys separated from each other. It's hard enough as it is, going through all this immigration paperwork, besides being separated from your loved ones. So I'm trying to help you. Chernobyl 955. Hey, Diego, I hope all is well. We're good. I have an interview October 16th in Bogota, Colombia. Did they ask Karina for more proof of relationship, or how did our interview go, and what evidence is needed? Well, I made videos about Karina's visa interview at the embassy in Bogota. They didn't ask for any more proof of the relationship, but that doesn't mean they won't ask. They could. So Karina brought all of her paperwork with her, pictures together, more evidence of our relationship, but they didn't ask for it because they knew that we've been living together in Colombia for 2.5 years, almost 3 years. It was an easy process for us because we had almost 3 years worth of evidence of being together. Okay. And that evidence was provided by me when I applied for the K1 visa, etc. So if you've been together a long time with your prometida, the chances are they're not going to ask you for any more evidence, but bring it with you. How did the interview go? I made a video on the questions that Karina was asked at her K1 visa interview. I made a video about it. Go into the channel and look for Karina interview questions or something like that. And Tokyo, our cat, is sitting on the window ledge. Apparently he wants to come in, but Karina's not here, so he's just going to have to stay outside a bit while I do the live stream. But he's looking at me like, hey, are you going to let me in the house or what? I'm like, Tokyo, you're stuck right now. What evidence is needed? Just bring all of whatever you got. Pictures together, receipts from dinner dates, hotel receipts, whatever you got. Christopher Reese, do I, as the petitioner, do I have to get a police report? As the petitioner, no. If you're the sponsor and you file a K1 visa application for your beneficiary, you don't have to get a police report. The National Visa Center, when it makes it it goes to Louisville, Texas. This is how it works. Your K1 visa application, you're done perfect, you filled it out. You watched all the videos I've made on how to put a K1 visa package together. You mail it to Louisville, Texas. They cash the check. You didn't forget to sign the paperwork, the I-129F. You didn't forget to sign it or date it. It goes from Louisville, Texas, let's say, to California. California adjudicates your K-1 visa. They approve it. They send it to the National Visa Center. The National Visa Center does an FBI check on the sponsor. So when I sent my K-1 visa package to Louisville, Texas, it went to California. It went to the National Visa Center in New Hampshire. New Hampshire did an FBI check on me. That's how it works. Okay, immigration does an IMBRA check and FBI check on the sponsor at the National Visa Center. Okay. So Christopher, do I need to get a police report as the sponsor? No, you don't. Also, do they want from me as far as tax documents? What I submitted in the K-1 visa application was my last 3 years 1040s tax returns and 3 years worth of tax transcripts. And my my 1099s. I didn't have any W-2s. I'm self-employed. I didn't have any W-2s, but I sent it all in the K-1 visa application with an I-134 filled out and signed and dated by me. Did I need to put it in the K-1 visa application? Not really. That paperwork comes in play at the visa interview at the embassy or the consulate. But I included it just to beef up the visa to make sure the immigration knew I was going to be able to take care of Karina. Okay, I didn't have to include my tax returns, 1099s, W-2s if you're W-2s, or anything like that with the K-1 visa application, but I did. Was it necessary? No. Why did I do it? It puts a backbone in the back of the K-1 visa application and it helped get it approved, okay, with less hassle at the embassy interview. But mainly you provide the K-1 visa financial paperwork at the embassy interview. That's when you provide it, but I didn't do that. I included it in the K-1 visa application. Let me see. So do they want from me tax documents? Yeah. For the K-1 visa for the visa interview, they're going to want to see at least 3 years worth. The last one you filed and two others. Now, they're probably going to ask you only for your last tax return. But sometimes they ask you for the last 3. When you file for the green card, you will have to provide proof of your last tax return, and then you have to document what your 3 years worth of income was. So when Karina filed for her green card, okay, in February, I filed my taxes in January, so they had a current tax return. I didn't have tax transcripts, so I couldn't get them. It was too early. So I included my 1040 and my 1099s in the green card application. Okay. But that was it. But then I also had to document what my last 2 years worth of income was, but I didn't have to provide a 1040. It's easy, guys. Giselle Lozano, what happens if the I-129F expires before I schedule the interview? Well, if you filed the I-129F with immigration and they accepted the I-129F and they put it in process, you're good to go. But if you are talking about the NOA-2 letter, is that what you're talking about? Not the I-129F. You're not talking about. What you're really talking about is the NOA-2 letter. You got to maintain contact with the National Visa Center and or the embassy or the consulate. Once you email these people, and it will extend your NOA-2 letter. Like Karina's NOA-2 letter expired on September 15th of 2023. Her K-1 visa interview was November 16th, 2023. So when Karina went to her visa interview in Bogota, Colombia, her NOA-2 letter had been expired for 2 months. But we maintained contact with the National Visa Center and the embassy in Bogota, which kept her NOA-2 letter in play so they didn't time it out. It's all about communication. So the question is, what happens if the I-129F expires? What you meant to say was, what happens if my NOA-2 letter expires? It won't, as long as you maintain contact with immigration. They will extend it for you. Uno Mikey, October 1 will be the fingerprint. Almost there. We're going to put pixie dust all over that biometrics, Uno Mikey. Adriana Moro, my fiance, hasn't got her passport back from the embassy since she got approved for her visa 5 months ago. And I go to see what I can do. Adriana, you should have got the passport back within a week. Why is it? What's going on? Remind me again what embassy we're talking about here. What country are we talking about? They can't hold her passport for 5 months. That's insane. You need to be going to the embassy or knocking on their door saying, hey, where's my freaking visa? I'm serious. That's 5 months holding your passport is not good. Easy E. So quick question. How much longer do you say I have to wait for my NOA2 letter? I'm in the 6th month of waiting. It's 6 to 9 months. I filed the USCIS. Well, the USCIS website says averaging 10 months, but it's 6 to 9 months. I would say in the next 2 months, you'll get your NOA2 letter. Right now, it's September 26th. By October, November, you will have your NOA2 letter. By October, November, in there, okay? Jeff Draper is the 693 submitted with the 485 and 864 and the supporting evidence or separately. You submit it together. Jeff Draper, let me give you the example with Karina, my wife from Venezuela. When Karina got to the United States, okay, the first thing I did was schedule a new medical exam for her with a civil surgeon authorized by the U.S. State Department to give green card medical exams. Now we're not talking about K1 visa medical exams. Now I'm talking about green card medical exams. It was $175. Karina I drove her to her medical exam in Pensacola. The doctor signed the 693. He recertified her vaccination paperwork. He put it all in a sealed envelope and taped it up and said, this is for USCIS eyes only. He gave it to Karina and we put it in the green card application together with the 485 and the 864 and the I-94 and all the other supporting documents. Okay? Don't forget the 864, the affidavit of support. Don't forget the I-94. Don't forget to include a copy of the NOA2 letter in your green card application. Very important. Chris and Emil, sorry for the ads interrupting the videos. Well, that's how Google pays for the channel, so I can do this for free for you guys. Uno Mikey, can my wife bring my Colombian visa to the interview? Can my wife bring my Colombian visa to the interview? Why? It's irrelevant. Uno Mikey, if you have a visa to live in Colombia, I had a visa. I had a cedula. I was allowed to live in Colombia for a year. Okay, but I didn't stay the year. I was like 10 months. It's irrelevant. The immigration couldn't care less if I had a visa in Colombia. They don't care. They just want to know I'm an American citizen with a U.S. passport. That's all they care about. So it's not required. No, you don't need to bring your cedula to the visa interview. It's irrelevant. Chernobyl 955, thank you for the response. You're welcome. Does Bogota allow the petitioner to enter with them into the embassy? Chernobyl 955, the beneficiary and the sponsor can go together to the visa interview in Bogota, Colombia. It's allowed, okay? In London, England, you cannot. In the Manila, Philippines, you cannot. But in Bogota, Colombia, the sponsor and the beneficiary can go together to the K1 visa interview. Okay. Let me see. Christopher Reese. Okay, I have nothing to worry about. The police just heard mixed statements. You got to stay off of Facebook, Chris. If you go on Facebook, you're going to get all this misinformation and you're going to get stressed out and you're going to get all this bogus information and then you're going to panic. And then you're going to come on the live stream and I'm going to tell you how it really is. American citizens, sponsors, do not need a police report when they submit a K1 visa application, okay? It's done automatically by the National Visa Center. So relax on the police report. You don't have to worry about it. It's already being done. Christopher Reese, I'm at the NOA1 stage, just gathering all my documents. Okay, that's good. Very good. So just waiting for the NOA2 letter, right? Or you haven't filed the K1 visa yet. Christopher, have you filed the K1 visa yet? You said you're at the NOA1 stage, so you haven't mailed it yet, I'm assuming, right? And if you do mail it, use FedEx, DHL, or UPS. Do not use the Postal Service. Do not use a credit card to pay for the K1 visa. Write a personal check or get a cashier's check. make sure you make it out to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, no abbreviations, and make sure you make the checkout correctly to the right amount. Chris and Emil, hey, if we get married on November 3rd of the 4th week to file the green card in February, will I have plenty of time to show proof of a 1099 and two W-2s? Yeah. If you file your taxes in January or February, usually employers have until January 31st to submit W-2s and 1099s to their employees. Okay? So if you work for a company or if you're self-employed, by the end of January of 2025, you should have your W-2s and your 1099s. Most people get them before that. As soon as you get your W-2s, 1099s, whatever, file your taxes. Get it done. Okay? And you can then use that evidence for the green card application. Or do I have to wait? You don't submit for a green card application with W-2s and 1099s. You got to include a 1040 with that, signed by you. Okay? Because immigration is going to want to look at section 9 of your page 1 of that 1040. That's what they're looking at. No, you cannot just mail in 1099s and W-2s. You got to file your taxes also with a 1040. Uno Mikey, should I be worried since I haven't got an email from Bogota and my interview is on October 8th? No, nothing to worry about. But what I would do is send the embassy an email and check in with them. Say, hey. And in the subject line, put the receipt number and the full name, etc. And in the body of the email, put the passport number, the full name, date of birth of the beneficiary. Just check in. It's easy. You need, I don't know, I used to have the email address to the embassy right here. I don't know if I have it still. I might have it here. Do you need the email? I don't know if I have it here anymore. Karina has it. She found it. It may be with her. No, here it is, right here. If you need the email address to the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia, I have it for you right here. If you want it. Life as a mom. Good afternoon, Diego. What's going on, Life as a mom? How is your family? How is everybody? Chernobyl's 955. And once we get approved for the K1 visa after the interview, if I stay in Bogota and they ship the packet with the passports to the place, we would do the fingerprints. How long would it take to arrive? Well, if it's once you go to the K1 visa interview in Bogota, you're going to wait for the issued status. When you get the issued status, you check the status, it says issued, then you have to do one of two things. Either set an appointment to pick up the visa or just show up. Now, Karina and I, what we did was we just showed up and they said, you have an appointment. And I said, no. And they said, go to this line. If you have an appointment, you go to this line. It just took about 2 days. Once you're looking for the issued status is what you're looking for. If I stay in Bogota and they ship the packet with the passports, give them a week. Just give them a week at the most. So hang out in Bogota. Go eat some good Colombian food. Go eat at Nene's Pizza or Viva la Pizza in central Bogota. There's some fantastic restaurants in Bogota. If you're in Bogota, go check them out. So my fiance and I would speak to the interviewer together. No, the consular officer is going to talk to your beneficiary. Since you said we cannot enter together for the interview, your beneficiary will be given questions, not you. You can stand there like a potted plant and smile. Hello, bonjour, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien. You stand there and just be quiet. And your wife or your your prometida will be asked the questions. But you can be there. Easy. Thanks as always, Diego. You're welcome. Scar YT. It's been 3 months. I still haven't received my green card. Well, it's taken 6 to 9 months to get green cards right now. So you still got a long ways to go. But you're going to get it. Be patient, okay? Let's put some pixie dust on Scar YT's green card application. Let's speed it up. Oh no, Mikey, I have a Colombian spousal visa. I wanted her to bring it to the interview to see the marriage is real. We are doing a spousal visa. I don't understand. You have a Colombian spousal visa? Do you have a marriage certificate? That's all they want to see, the marriage certificate. I mean, if you want to bring it, it's fine, but it's not really relevant. What they want to see is the marriage certificate. If you're on a spousal visa, a CR1 or an IR1 spousal visa, they want to see the marriage certificate. They know the marriage is real. Chris and Emil, okay, I will do the 1040. There you go. You got to submit it with your W-2s and 1099s. And Scar YT said it's been 3 months. You just asked me, you just said that. It takes 6 to 9 months to get a K1, to get a green card. 6 to 9 months. You're at 3 months. So you got about another 3 months to go. Maybe more. But you'll get it. It's not like immigration didn't forget about you. Did you get your biometrics? Did you go to your biometrics? Did they send you a letter to go to biometrics? If they did, they're going to tell you where you're going, what day, what's the location. Chernobyl 955. God bless you, Diego, and thank you for all the information. That's why I'm here. I hope it all goes well with medical on the 7th. It will go well. Here's more pixie dust on you. Medical exam was the 7th, fingerprints on the 9th, interviews on the 16th in October. You've got this. So October 16th is the visa interview. Okay. So about a week after the visa interview, you can go pick up the passport with the K1 visa in it. Give them at least a week to process it. It's all going to work out. Chernobyl 955, you're going to go, but go eat some good Colombian food in Bogota. The restaurants, go to a different restaurant every day. Okay, go to a different restaurant, pay with your credit card for the dinners and the lunches with your prometida. Keep the receipts and include all those dinner dates in your green card application for your new wife that's going to be in America, soon to be. Evidence, evidence, evidence. Well, I went to eat this. There's a Peruvian restaurant you can go eat at. I don't know. I couldn't find an Argentinian restaurant. There's an Argentinian restaurant in Villa de Leyva, but we couldn't find one in Bogota. I'm sure there is one, but we tried different foods. I had a stack of dinner date receipts like this. I taped them on a piece of paper like this. I got a piece of paper. I taped the receipts here, and I put the location, where we had dinner, what were we celebrating, or whatever it was. And I had a stack of them. That went in the green card application. Scar YT. Yes, I did my biometrics, and I also received my work permit. Okay, look on your work permit, your EAD document, your employment authorization document. It should be good for 5 years. Okay? They're giving you plenty of time to let you go to work, be in America, be here legally while you wait for your green card. They've given you a 5-year green work permit. Look at it. Check it out. You're good. Just wait on the green card. You'll get it. Alfredo Miranda. Thank you, Diego, for all the help. My wife's green card was approved yesterday, but I forgot to get some Mountain Dew out of the fridge. I forgot. Karina reminds me of stuff like that. But I'll give you a Mountain Dew salute, even though I don't have a Mountain Dew with me. Congratulations on the green card approval. Excellent. Good job. That's good. You're getting through this. Mr. Somebody, what is the estimated time now to get a spousal green card approved? How many months would it take? Well, spousal green card is adjudicated at the embassy, so it depends on the embassy. It depends on the embassy, but I can't give you an estimated time frame right now. I'd have to know what country. What country are you in? Chris and Emil, so green card is 6 to 9 months. That's correct for a K1. Work permit is 3 to 7 to 4.6 months. That's correct. Go check it out. But you can research it all day long, okay? But the information I use is raw data from people that tell me when they applied, when they got their work permit. and then I calculate the days. I can make more videos on that if you want. I mean, I've made a lot of videos. You know, the watch hours on the videos is not as high as it used to be, but maybe people are getting bored with the videos. I don't know. If people are getting bored with the videos, well, that's nothing I can do about that. But you will get your green card if you got your work permit, your EAD document. You'll get your green card. Immigration did not forget about you. Chris and Emil, so we can decide of what we can do. Well, what you can decide what you can do. If you got a work permit, you can work, but you don't have your green card, which means you cannot travel with a work permit. If you look on the work permit, it says not authorized for travel, right? You cannot travel with the work permit. You can travel now within the United States. You can travel. You can't travel internationally with a work permit, but you can with a green card. Chris and Emil, okay, you got it. Now, you got to relax, be patient. The secret to this green card process is patience, okay? The secret to the K-1 visa approval is patience and qualifying for the benefit. I know it's easy to say, be patient. Well, Karina waited 23 months or 22 and a half months, okay, for the K-1 visa. Then she had to go to an interview in Bogota, Colombia. Then she got a 221G because they wanted an Interpol police certificate because she lived in Colombia for 6 years, because she's a Venezuelan citizen. And it was, some people get it, some people don't. If you're a Venezuelan, you have to go to Colombia primarily is where you go for your K-1 visa interviews. Sometimes the consular officer will ask for an Interpol police certificate. Sometimes he will not. It depends on his or her decision, So Karina didn't get the lucky roll of the dice, and she was told to get an Interpol police certificate. Okay, no biggie. She got it. It took 4 weeks. So we were in Colombia we were in Colombia 8 weeks longer than we anticipated. So I calculated cash for paying. I paid cash for our apartment. We had an apartment in Bogota. I pay cash every month for our rent and for the water and for the gas and for the internet. Well, the internet we paid cash with the internet at the local store in Bogota. So I planned cash from up until November 30th, and I anticipated bringing Karina to the United States in November, getting married in December, and then filing a joint tax return in January with her. It didn't work out that way. They told her she needed an Interpol police certificate, which took 4 weeks. So instead of leaving Colombia on November 30th, we had to leave on January 3rd. So Karina's plane ticket went from $300 one way to $1,000 from Bogota to Miami because it was Christmas and New Year's now. We got married in January of 2024, so I couldn't file a joint tax return with her because we have to live together for a year in order for me to be able to file a tax return jointly with Karina. We had to get married in 2023 for a 2024 tax return. Couldn't do it. So I had to pay single rate for taxes. I had to pay $700 more for the plane ticket. So it was about $2,000 or $4,000 I was hit because of an Interpol police certificate. So you got to be ready for any contingency in this process, especially at the visa interview. Okay, it's all good. I just paid the extra money for the plane ticket. I filed a single tax return. I couldn't file jointly, so I paid the max taxes you can possibly pay so that Joe Biden can continue his vacations in Delaware and Kamala Harris can continue her vacations or wherever she goes. Seriously. But it's all good. The most important thing was that Karina got her K-1 visa approved. She got to America. We got married. And then in January of 2025, we will file a joint tax return together. So we'll get a big tax break. I taught Karina how to fill out taxes. She knows how to fill out a 1040. She's learned a lot. She got her driver's license. She's got a job. She's got her green card. The only thing she really needs to do is learn English, so that life will become much easier for her when she learns English. Terrence Tambig Boy. Hey, hello, Diego. Didn't know you come live today, but I'm happy I made it. Well, I figure you got all of our friends in Africa, South Africa, Egypt, Nigeria, Kenya, the Ivory Coast, all those countries. Pretty much everybody in Africa watches this channel. So I did an early live stream. So maybe the folks in Africa won't have to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning to join the live stream. Felix Yeboah. Hi, Diego. Hope you're good. I'm always good. I never have a bad day. When I wake up on this side of the grass, of this side of the lawn, I'm good. And I got beautiful Karina, I got my wife, I got Tokyo the cat, and he got sick and tired of waiting for me to let him in the house. He's like, hey, I want to come in. I said, dude, I'm on the live stream. You're going to have to stay in the garden until I get done with the live stream. Then I'll go in, open the door, and you can come in. Does anybody need the email address to the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia? Felix, case created 19 December 2023, case uploaded 25th September 2024. Okay, that's pretty quick. Not too bad. Mr. Somebody, are you retired? Well, I retired from the Navy. Then I retired from Mercedes-Benz. And then I retired from real estate. So that's 3 times. So what I do now is basically try to come up with ideas for YouTube videos for you guys. Karina's working. I'm doing live streams for you. I'm thinking up ideas for videos. So I'm not really technically retired if I'm doing something. Right now, I'm doing videos for you guys. I just ran out of ideas. I've pretty much covered every single base there is to cover on a K1 visa or a green card application or a spousal visa. So maybe I could go back through the videos and see if they're outdated and maybe update the videos to new and improved. Maybe I'll do that if you guys are going to watch them. If you're not going to watch them, then I won't make them. So am I retired? Well, I would say technically, yes, I'm retired. But am I busy? I'm busy. I'm still busy. I don't just do nothing. Okay, I got a lot of projects on the house that I finally been able to do because I have the time to do it now. So I don't have to get up and drive an hour to work and work 10 hours and then drive an hour back home. You know, I'm done with that. I'm saving gas. Felix Yeboah, it's over a year now since it's been approved. Still waiting for appointment date. That's in Ghana, right? Ghana, so that's in Accra, Ghana. Make sure you stay in contact with the embassy. Okay? Send an inquiry to the MVC and say, hey, what's the status of my case? The MVC is going to reply back and say, well, your case is in Ghana. It's out of our hands. Well, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Print that email because that is evidence of continued communication with immigration. Okay? So that way there's no excuse for immigration in Ghana to say, well, we're going to have to, you didn't maintain contact with immigration, we're going to cancel your K1 visa. Don't fall into that trap. Terrence Tambigor, my fiance's interview is 2 days ago, was a success, and now we will be looking forward to our flight to the USA. Well, I want to put all kinds of pixie dust all over that for you. Congratulations. I don't have my Mountain Dew with me. Karina brings it. She reminds me of stuff like that. I forget it. So normally I would have Mountain Dew here for a Mountain Dew salute, but I don't. So on the next live stream, which will be Saturday with Karina, I'll give you a Mountain Dew salute. So Terrence, congratulations. Now remind everybody on the channel what country. Lots of people are interested where you're at, what countries you guys are in. Not so much because they're being nosy. They're not trying to stick their nose in your business, but they're trying to get a timeline from wherever it is you are living. Because there's lots of people like in Colombia watching the channel. Lots of people in Medellin, Cucuta, Playa Blanca. They're all watching the channel from Colombia, Cali. And when somebody on here gets a K1 visa approved at the embassy in Bogota, they want to know, when did you apply for the K1? They want to know, how long did it take from the NOA 1 to the NOA 2, from the NOA 2 to the visa interview, from the visa interview, how long did it take to get the passport back? People have questions. Terrence, your fiance is in Nigeria. So Lagos, the embassy in Lagos. Great job. Good job. Chris and Emma, when you guys have to leave because of hurricane? Well, the hurricane is steering this way, and we're here. So we're not in the danger zone. We're going to be in the wind and the rain zone probably tonight. But if we lived a little bit closer this way, we would have to have evacuated already. But we're not really in a real big of a threat zone here, because the hurricane's moving this way, because there's a big cold front coming down across Georgia and Alabama, and that cold front coming down across Georgia and Alabama is pushing the hurricane in a different direction. So we didn't have to leave. Karina's like never experienced a hurricane before, so she was a little bit nervous about it, but it is what it is, right? And it is, and America's a big place. We don't have to live in Florida. If Karina doesn't like it in Florida, there's other places in America that don't have hurricanes, right? Felix, that's the case. Updated means they reviewed it. Yeah, they've looked at it. They looked at your visa, they've looked at it, and they update your case. That way you're kept in the loop. So you don't, the biggest thing with immigration is everybody keeps calling them for an update on their status. They're on the phone. What's the status of my K1 visa? What's the status of this? What's the status of that? And it slows up the processing. So what immigration does is they put these long lead times on K1 visa processing, which blocks you from calling them, because you cannot call immigration. Let's suppose they say it takes 10 months to get an NOA2 letter, all right? Which means you can't call immigration for at least 13 months. But you're going to get the NOA2 letter in 6 to 9 months. And that means their phones aren't constantly ringing off the hook, okay? So they got to stop and take a phone call and talk to you and say, well, here's the status. They go in their computer and say, well, here's the status. You can do that yourself online, okay? So what I want to do is I want to put all this pixie dust over everybody so we get your K1 visas approved and you get your green cards, okay? Now, I got a lot of folks watching us from Colombia. There's 15 people on this live stream, but usually about 150 people will watch the live stream later after I log off. So there's 150, 200 people watch it. But a lot of folks are in Colombia. So if you need the email address to the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, I have it right here. And we hope everybody's doing well. Karina's working. I'll go pick her up from work, okay? And then on Saturday, we'll do a live stream at 6 o'clock Central Time with Karina. And Karina, the reason she doesn't say much when she's on the channel is because she doesn't speak English. And her voice is also very low. So when she speaks, you're going to have a hard time hearing her. So when she's talking, I'm going to say, kid, what? She talks very quietly, and she doesn't speak English, so she doesn't talk on the channel. Okay, but she's going to get there. I'm patient with her. In about a year from now, she'll be speaking English, and then she'll be talking on the channel, probably before that. But I've been talking for 45 minutes. I gave you guys a surprise live stream. If you got any more questions, I'll give you the answers real quick. But I'm going to go make some lunch, okay? And I will see you guys with Karina on Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Time. Okay, but we answered a bunch more questions today. And Xavier Dupont has a question. Hello and greetings from Romania. Romania, fantastic. I'm a K1 visa holder as of August and will be immigrating to the U.S. in December. August, September. So you got your K1 visa in August. Now remember, it's only good for 6 months from the date of the medical exam. Don't time out, Xavier. Mountain Dew salute, even though I don't have any Mountain Dew, I forgot it. It's in the fridge. A Mountain Dew salute for Xavier for getting your K1 visa approved in Romania. Thanks for watching us from Romania. You got your K1 in August. and you're going to be immigrating in December. August to September, September, October, November, December. Okay, you're close. You're within the 6-month window of time. We'll look forward to seeing Xavier in America, and I'm going to go make something to eat. I'm hungry. Lunchtime.